Hi, welcome to Phase 4, Peer Advocacy. Today, our objectives are to understand what it means to be a peer advocate, to understand how to advocate for someone who's having suicidal thoughts, to understand how to use these skills in the age of social media, and to teach others how to be good peer advocates. To start off with, what is a peer advocate? Well, honestly, a peer advocate is what you already are. You were selected because others felt that you could be someone they could talk to if they were ever in a time of crisis. So, all we're asking you to do is to continue to be your thoughtful and genuine selves and actively support and encourage your peers. We are not asking you to be a counselor. You are advocating, you are supporting, you are speaking out for them and helping them to get the support that they need. We're not asking you to fix anyone because you don't have the training or the skills or the knowledge. Just to be there for them. So, how do you support someone who may be experiencing suicidal thoughts? Now, it's important to remember that if someone is experiencing suicidal thoughts, it is rare that they actually want to die. What they want to do is they want the pain to stop. Somehow in their life, things have gotten to the point where they are hurting so much of the time, and they can't imagine a time when they won't hurt this much. And the only option they can see is to make everything stop. Usually people who are feeling this way just need to know there's another opportunity, that there's another option, and that things will get better. I know you've heard it before, but let me restate this. Talking about suicide does not give the person the idea. Talking can bring relief to anyone, whether or not they're thinking of suicide or not. So, what are some tips on being a peer advocate? First of all, talk to them. You can't know how someone else is feeling unless you ask them. So ask, hey, is everything okay? So, what's going on? How are you feeling? But be genuine in the asking. Remember, as they are talking, to listen without judgment. This is very, very important because sometimes when we're listening, we're kind of sitting there thinking about how we're going to respond. Set that aside and just listen. And remember, as they are revealing things to you, and if they do reveal the idea that they are thinking about harming themselves, stay calm. Your panicking will not help them at all. And remember to offer them hope and encouragement. Let them know that they're not alone. Let them know that they don't have to walk this path by themselves. Let them know that there are others who are here and ready and willing and able to support and help them out. And let them know that you care. Remember, any talk of suicide, whether it's a mild, I just feel like ending it all, or a very serious, I've made plans, take it seriously. You don't want to end up having thought, oh, well, they were just joking when they weren't. So remember to be direct and open. Your being direct and open actually makes it easier for them to be direct and open in return. And always get help. Never keep it a secret, and don't leave them alone. It's not enough to just care once. Remember to follow up and be a friend. Now, we live in an age of social media where people are very, very different online than they are in their everyday personalities. They're colder. It's impersonal. They're meaner. There are no filters, it seems, to anything that they say. You've seen it yourself, where people will say and do things online that they would never do face to face. So to be a peer advocate on social media, you need to set the example. Be the kind, genuine, generous, and loving person. When you do see events of cyberbullying or threats of suicide, report it. Report it immediately. And don't forget to stand up for others. You don't have to stand up by confronting a bully, but you can stand up for others by standing beside the person who is not being treated well. Remember to respond and show you care. Scrolling past an incident of bullying or an incident where someone is expressing pain is the same as walking by and seeing them hurting. So just be a friend. That's all. Be a real friend. So, for our activity today, I'm going to show you some social media posts, and I want you to honestly think about how you would respond to that kind of a post if you were to see it. For your quiz, I'm going to ask you to respond to a few posts and see and write down how you would reply. I'm not sure how much longer I can handle feeling this way. What would you write back to this friend? What would you do? Or what would you do if you saw this as the comment? Oh, don't be so dramatic. Your life is so easy. Don't be such an idiot. How would you respond as a good peer advocate? Or a lonely, sad comment like this. Who could like this face? And what if somebody commented like this? Or you could see a comment like this. The things people say at school aren't true. God will judge me. Goodbye. I'll miss some of you. How would you respond if you saw this kind of a post? All of these posts are signs of someone calling out for help and people commenting in a thoughtless and sad way. So what would you do as a peer advocate to respond to these messages? It's not enough for you to simply know this information. Part of our mission is to share what we know in the community. So let's use social media as a source of good. What would you post on social media to share what you've been learning? Remember, be an example and remind others to be kind. All you need to do, help friends and invite and include others. So, what kind of a post could you make to share the information you've learned? Today we've talked about how to be a peer advocate. Remember, to be a peer advocate, be an example. Be an example of that which is kind and good and generous. Listen, encourage others, and stand up for others. Let people know they're not alone. Thank you for watching.